Sudoku, a puzzle in which missing numbers are to be filled into a 9x9 grid of squares which are subdivided into 3x3 boxes so that every row, every column, and every box contains the number 1 through 9. In the ancient periods of the late 80s and even now, Sudoku is a popular game first gaining large traction in Japan. Roster construction in Major League Baseball is like Sudoku itself. You look for a guy who may seem to fit your system 1 through 9, but sometimes it could be too good to be true. Ross Atkins had to find guys who will mesh with our culture. For Kazuma Okamoto, he had big shoes to fill, as the last position player who was from Japan on the Blue Jays was... Wait, what's that music?
Munenori Kawasaki!
Muni, how happy are you to be back here wearing the big Blue Jay on your chest?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy. I'm fun. I'm exciting.
Kazuma Okamoto has seemingly fit right in. Why, you may ask? Well... in Japan, they breed, eat, and live baseball. Kazuma was no different, with rigorous baseball training his entire life, starting his NPB journey in 2015, playing with the Yomiuri Giants, playing for over a decade. Over those years, he slowly but surely progressed as a hitter, with 2025 being his best season that was cut short by an injury. When Kazuma became available for MLB teams to sign, the Blue Jays walked in and said, "You're coming with me." 4 years, $60 million may seem like a bit of a leap of fate on a 29-year-old, but then again, we're talking about a guy who has 6 seasons of 30+ home runs in Japan, and 1 season with 41 home runs. But Kazuma is like all of us introverts who go about our business, say a few words, and let our work do the talking. His demeanor, his poise, the attributes he showed in spring training seem to be translating just fine, that he wants to learn the ins and outs of being a better major league level player. Asking Vladimir Guerrero Jr. questions on multiple occasions. In total, the Blue Jays signed another overseas performer in Cody Ponce. The Blue Jays were swinging on great value contracts that will look like bargains by the end of the year. The saying of "don't put all your eggs into one basket and just spread it around" couldn't be more true for the 2026 Blue Jays. And the forefront of that is Kazuma Okamoto. It was opening day at Rogers Center. We saw the whole pregame show took quite a while. The banner of being ALCS champions, the anthems done with a violin recital. I would have liked it to be a Mad Max Beethoven performance of the anthems, but I'll let that slide. Closing it off with 5 different decades for the 50th anniversary, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. A nice touch, and it felt like it was finally time to have a fresh start into this new season. On one side was Luis Severino of the Athletics, a guy who's a 2-time All-Star with the Yankees and could throw the lights out when he's rolling. On the other hand was Big Gaz at his absolute best for the game. It was a classic baseball match, twists and turns with pitching being the focal point. Through it all, 2 bats won the Blue Jays the game. Surely it was Springer and Vlad. No, it was Kazuma Okamoto and World Baseball Classic champion Andres Gimenez. For Okamoto, the way he worked the pitch counts and the poise of not letting the moment get too big. Mind you, this is to a sold-out crowd in your first game ever in a completely new environment. He kept his swing compact and he made winning plays on both ends, and it was a preview of the bargain the Blue Jays now held at third base. He ended the day 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Obviously, in the 9th inning, someone had to go mess it up. Andres Gimenez came in, as always, in the clutch.
That's too easy!
Flashback.
I mean, he's played great. Come on, Mooney. This is his interview. What do you have to say for yourself?
Thank you very much. My name is Munenori Kawasaki. I'm from Japan. I'm Japanese. My teammate gave me an opportunity, so I wanted to do something about it.
Game 2 was another off-season signing in Dylan Cease having a masterclass, 12 strikeouts and 5 1/3 innings of work, and he made some of those hitters look horrible. For Kazuma, he went 1 for 5 with a single and a walk. However, he should have had a bigger day if someone could have told him about the ABS challenge system that let the Oakland A's get away with 3 balls called strikes. So, come on, use it. Back-to-back walk-offs thanks to Earn Dog walking it off in the 11th, and Game 2 was over. For the final game of his first ever series in Major League Baseball, Kazuma Okamoto in the 4th inning hit his first ever home run in the major leagues. Now, this was no ordinary home run. This was 420 feet, no doubter to right field. Kazuma absolutely obliterated the baseball, making it 4-2. Fun fact, Jesus Sanchez also hit a home run. Finally, my investment into making a video on him worked. Yahoo! A massive insurance run from Kazuma that would make it smooth sailing as the Blue Jays swept the A's 5-2. On one hand, the Blue Jays pitching had the most strikeouts in franchise history during a 3-game set. 16 Ks in Game 1, 19 Ks in Game 2, and 15 strikeouts in Game 3. A total of 50 in just 3 games. Good lord. On the other side, the off-season pickups like Kazuma and my good old friend Jesus Sanchez were massive contributors in the series and should be going forward. Arigato to Japan, and arigato to my good old friend Jesus Sanchez, and it looks like the 4 years of Kazuma Okamoto at third base in Toronto is gonna be a movie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video. Ross Atkins, I'm gonna have to tip my hat for Kazuma. Kazuma Okamoto seems was the missing Sudoku number of the puzzle we desperately needed for this lineup. Like always, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep watching your undefeated Blue Jays, and peace.